Okay, just had a really good one as I'm sitting here putting my shoes on. I saw an Instagram story from a guy who's asking about, like, hey, I'm thinking about buying and like restoring a classic car. Should I or should I not do this? And I responded immediately and was like, you absolutely should. And it's because having something to regularly force you to be like complex problem solving and working with your hands and critically thinking, especially about something as severe as, like, if you fuck up, you could not be able to put the brakes on, right? So like, by doing that shit and then testing your work like physically, I think the only other thing that would work like this would be like cooking. And like, I know a lot of photographers that are big into cooking, and I think it satisfies the same shit for them that I'm talking about here with like the tangibles and like the stupid cars and shit, because, you know, by having to fix a broken car all the time, one, my transportation depends on it, right? And that's why I like to have multiple, because God forbid one breaks, at least I'll have a backup, etc. The second reason is, like, there's a risk. So if I fix something and then I go for a test drive, there's a risk that the work that I did will leave me stranded. And if I make it back home, that's good data. So that's like a good progression. So I get an instant, etc. Anyway, what I ultimately came to realize was, by working on like cars in particular, or anything like automotive or in that realm that's a little bit like specialized, I've found that I'm able to have my hands or my body and my mind work in unison for a singular goal. And I've always been super fascinated with things that allow me to do that. Like skateboarding is a really, really, really good example. Anything cars is like that. Music is kind of like that. I think art in general is kind of like that, because you gotta use your body to translate ideas from your mind, right? So that's like a whole thing. But with the car, I have to ask my body from my brain to perform a certain way and do it before I get super hurt or uncomfortable. Anyway, I understand why I'm so fascinated with this like hemispherical synchronization of left and right brain, because for the last 10 years, I've been sharpening my imagination and critically thinking and taking on these challenges and winning a lot and failing more. And it's really just made me realize that, like, I've been chasing synchronicity between my body and my mind for the last 10 years. And now I'm really starting to focus in on just synchronizing my brain, my left and right brain. And in doing so, it's revealing things that I never could have even imagined were real, and still don't understand how it is real or what is real for Jesus. It's a whole thing. But anyway, doing hard things is a really good thing. It has been for me, and it's given me the ability to have this very cool life. And by chasing the cool life, I keep winning the cool life. And I think that is like, what else is that? I don't know what else there is, man. This is it, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm also curious to see how much further I can go, and what wacky shit I can do, and how cool I can be, you know. How long? 4.5 minutes? That's too long.